Ah, yes, yes. Another day, another PSA greater to return, and another day Alinity doesn't return my DMs. It's okay though, because we'll we'll hold out hope. Anyways, box number 4, and hopefully we get back on track from the last time because your boy didn't have his cards in order. So, will we have legendary collections in this particular box? We'll certainly find out. But before we do, roll that intro. Hey, Gengar Gang, what is going on? My name is Ryan, this is the Analytic Gengar, and welcome to another video. In today's video, friends, another PSA greater return. Now, we're 4 in, which means next will be 5, which means we'll be 33% of the way there, according to my mathematical calculations. Again, the Analytic Gengar. But, all that said, I won't be explaining much of this. There'll be links down below if you want to see the mail day where I got this thing back, as well as a whole bunch of other, information. Don't forget, there are also, at this point, 3 additional PSA greater returns just for this particular submission, as well as a whole bunch more that I've done on the channel. So, if you're a fan of PSA greater returns, I definitely recommend you check out the links down below, as well as the playlist. And hey, why don't you leave a like on the video if you like what you see today, and subscribe to the Gengar Gang if you are not already. But with all that said, let's get into this. Another PSA greater return, and yes, I think we might be on track, friends. Here is a Legendary Collection PSA 8 Near Mint Nidoking from the original base set reprinted in all its fireworky glory. And for once, I actually missed saying firework reverse holographic pattern because you can see it right here, and I'm just happy that we have Legendary Collections again. Here's why, in case anyone's curious, why I'm obsessed with getting through the Legendary Collection stuff. I know that there's a lot of LC cards in the submission, but the thing is that I kind of want to get all of them out of the way because I know there's a lot of other crazy cards that I want to actually spend time talking about, and I know it can get, a little tiring just looking at a whole bunch of very sparkly cards that look like they're cheap knockoffs that you purchase downtown. But with all that said, I think it's also, fun to kind of look at some of the stuff. Here's a card that I know is a little bit pricey, actually. It's Snorlax. It surprised me because it's a jungle holo. I know as a jungle holo it can be quite pricey, but what I didn't know is that Snorlax just seems to command a pretty nice market premium for the most part on a variety of different cards. And then there are other cards like Seadra. We love Seadra, we appreciate Seadra, but does the price appreciate Seadra? Probably not. I mean, hey, PSA 9, probably a decent card, but not necessarily always the most fancy or crazy card of the sort. Here is a 2002 Nidorino. So here is the Nidorino. I mean, I feel like Nidorino has a special place in everyone's heart because it is the Pokemon in the opening of the original English anime. So I feel like Gengar and Nidorino always have like that at least as a claim to fame. Here is the Nidorina, and this is one of those very famous artworks where it's just like a real life photo of something and then you just have the Pokemon's illustration just sort of pasted right on to that, so that's actually pretty funny. Here's a Meowth, this time a actual real life entire artwork including background, which is pretty nice. That's a mint 9 version of that card, which is pretty neat. Next up is a Machoke. Machoke is one of those cards that I definitely remember from back in the day for one reason or the other. I don't know why like this particular image sticks out to me, but hey, it looks like a volcano, and yes, again, much like the Nidorino we just saw, it looks like the Pokemon's illustration was quite literally just pasted onto that in Photoshop and printed into oblivion. Similar concept with this Kakuna, again, another really cool card. A mint 8, I mean, hey, it's one of those cards where, not necessarily the most popular Pokemon, not necessarily the most like crazy out there Pokemon, but certainly something I think some collector will like. One of the things is that Legendary Collections has recently come into its own fame, mainly because this, you know, this reverse stuff and the reprints, right? So you have reprints of many famous holographic cards, primarily probably the Charizard being the card that drives a lot of the conversation. And then, of course, in addition to that, there's also the age-old question of like all of these different reverse foils, which are just super dope, super beautiful. I think that's one of the main reasons we've seen that booster box go from, I remember, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 all the way up to its current price point, which you'll see a screenshot of on screen for what you can buy it now on eBay should you have decided to spend your life savings on something cardboard related. So here is a Pharaoh, and we are moving along. Like I said, this was probably the thing that was like occupying my mind rent free. Was I knew sooner or later we would hit a random patch of just complete like blinged out cards, like 20 rack of just shiny cardboard. And not that there's nothing special about these, because obviously they are gorgeous, but yeah, not necessarily always my favorite part of a submission when we get kind of stuck in a rut like this. This one though, Gem Mint 10, so that's pretty neat. I did note there are, in the 287 cards, about 13% of them were Gem Mint 10, so we're looking at, you know, one of like, you know, out of 100 every 13 or so are graded. Here's a Dark Dragonair, and here's something I didn't realize up until recently. I believe I got hit with an upcharge for this, and I didn't realize why that was, because it didn't really occur to me that this card would be worth a lot of money. Obviously, you'll see the price on screen, and it's just hilarious to me. But yeah, that's what it is. Now, one thing I do notice about this card in particular, that artwork is gorgeous, but I think I can kind of see some speckles of holographic on the back. I think that might just be some surface wear that's revealed it, you know, that's revealed the holographic underneath. But I think that actually adds to the card. It's a really, really pretty card. So I think in the future, I'll definitely maybe consider that card a little bit more than I have in the past. Here is a Charmeleon reverse foil from LC. Got a PSA 8. Obviously, the starters always carry a nice little premium to them, mainly because they are just, in fact, the starter Pokemon. Here is a Golem. Golem has always been one of those Pokemon I distinctly remember from the anime, because there was an entire like story arc based on Golem and Graveler and Geodude, so that's pretty cool. PSA 8, nothing special, but hey, shiny cardboard. Next up is a Hypno. Hypno's another one of those Pokemon, has its own sort of mythos and, you know, not always the fan favorite Pokemon, but I do think that's one of its definitive artworks. That's just me and my personal opinion. Here is a Pidgeot, so one of the OGs. You could pick this guy up way back when on like literally the starting route. Those Pokemon always tend to live on in people's hearts, which I always find amazing. So, you know, you'll pick up like a Starly for Gen 4, and then you'll run with it till it's a Staraptor, and now, you know, people always remember the Staraptor and the Starly line, more importantly, because of its early availability in-game. Plus, it was probably used for you to fly your Pokemon across the map once you got the HM for Fly. Finally, but not least, friends, in today's video is a reverse foil LC Rhydon. Not going to make the joke because LMAO, but here's another beautiful card to end off today's video. But with all that said, friends, thanks again for checking out another video. I hope you enjoyed today's PSA graded return of 20 Legendary Collection Pokemon cards, and if you did, feel free to leave a like on the video. And hey, you're already here. If you like today's content and you think I deserve it, feel free to subscribe to join the Gengar Gang. Other than that, friends, let me know what your favorite card was down below in the comments, and we will talk soon. Peace.